Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I thought I'd do kind of like what I eat, but kind of make it so it's what I eat in a week, but as a family. So I'm going to show you all the meals that we've had, well, all the evening meals that we've had this week. Yeah, so you can basically get some inspiration for meal ideas for you and your family, and yeah, just to share them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. But let's get showing you my meals. So today is Monday, and today we are having jacket potatoes. I've just basically put some holes in it with a fork and put them in the cooker for a couple of hours. So now they're all done. Everybody is having them with beans besides from me. I actually fancied tuna, sweet corn and mayonnaise, so I'm having it with that. Obviously we're having some butter on it with some cheese. I'm not having any cheese, and some cucumber sticks for Andrew and some sweet corn. I'm having just some sliced up cucumber, and the other half doesn't like it, so he's not having any. If you noticed as well, Ava has not got a meal here because she's not a massive fan of jacket potatoes. You'll find that most of the meals that I make, she's not a fan of. The only thing she likes is finger foods, which if she doesn't eat this, then I usually make her some toast or something like that, depending on what she fancied. So that's mine there at the back with the tuna, sweet corn and mayonnaise. And like I said, I've got some cucumber at the side with some sweet corn, and these two are the boys. And then I'm going to pop some cheese on top of theirs as well. But yeah, this is our meal for Monday. So Tuesday's meal is curly worms. Now this is something that I've had pretty much my entire life. My mum started making it and we didn't know what to call it, so my granddad called it curly worms because of the spirally pasta. So that's what it's now called. I'm making this by a tin of chopped tomatoes, a packet of tomato passata, some bacon bits, chopped onion, some of that curly whirly pasta, and then some cheese. So I've popped the bacon bits in there to cook. Once they have cooked, I'm then going to add in the onion, and then waiting for the onion to cook, I am then going to pop in the pasta. So once the onions are cooked, I'm going to add the remainder of the ingredients, so the passata and the chopped tomatoes, and giving that a good mix. I'm then going to add a couple of handfuls of cheese. I use mozzarella because I love how like gooey it gets, but it's very mild. I'm not a massive fan of cheese, but the whole dish goes dead gooey and it's gorgeous. Then I'm going to add in some basil, some oregano and thyme, let it simmer for a bit. When it's all done, take it off the hob into a bowl and give it a good mix. Can you see all that cheese? I absolutely love it, and I've only put a couple of handfuls in as well, so it's not too bad. And then basically I'm going to dish it up. Again, Ava's not a massive fan of this, but I do give her a little bit just to see if she will try it, but she didn't. But you know, I keep trying. But that is our meal. On Wednesdays we do things a little bit differently because Andrew's got an after school club, so I do his and our meals separately. So I'm just putting in some chicken nuggets, some chips for the kids, and obviously doesn't take much to explain. They just go in the oven for like half an hour, and then when they're done I am serving them. Because I've not got any vegetables or anything like that with it, I am going to chop up some strawberries, it's their favourite fruit, and give them a bowl of that with it as well. For me and the husband, we're going to have some battered chicken breasts and some sweet potato fries. This is always done after the judo class, so they eat before the judo class, we eat after, because we don't get back until past 7. I'm also going to put some pre-chopped vegetables on, usually about half the packet, for me and the husband, and then just basically serve it. If you can tell by this, I'm not a massive fan of broccoli, but I love carrots, so that's the reason why I pretty much have half a plate full of carrots. And then I serve up the chicken and sweet potatoes as well. But this is our meal for Wednesday. So Thursday I made some salmon pasta. It is basically pasta, and then I've put some butter in the pan, and then I've put some salmon flakes in there as well. I thought it'd be loads easier using salmon flakes rather than chopping it up. I've popped the pasta in to cook. Then I've also added a vegetable stock to it with a little bit of water, and then I add a tablespoon of, or a couple of tablespoons I think I added, of the creme fraiche, and then also, like you saw there, a bit of peas as well. When it's all done, obviously drain the pasta, mix it all together, and you have this kind of like white sauce salmon-y pasta. It is really, really nice. We all loved it. So it's Friday and we are having a stew. I tend to do a beef stew, but this time I'm doing vegetables. I'm adding a full pre-cut vegetables in there. It's got broccoli, cauliflower and carrots. I then put a load of potatoes in there as well, and then 2 vegetable stocks and this red onion chutney. It adds a bit of sweetness, it's so nice. And then some water. I don't tend to fill it all the way to the top of water because it cooks better. And yeah, I find it dead watery if I put too much in. So usually halfway through cooking this, I cook it for a few hours. I always had a tablespoonful of corn flour just to kind of get it a little bit thicker as well. Also, the reason it looks slightly empty is because this is after I served it. This is the leftovers that we had. So today we are having tagliatelle. There is some water on the hob there boiling, and I'm going to pop some bacon bits into a different pan and let that cook. Once that's cooked, I'm adding these chopped mushrooms. I then chop them up with a spatula because they're quite big. Then I'm going to pop the tagliatelle into the boiling water to cook. And once the mushrooms and bacon are done, I then add in the white sauce and give it a good mix. I use lasagna sauce and not carbonara because it tastes much nicer. With lasagna it's just plain, and then I can add all the seasonings. Like there I popped in some basil, it's probably my favourite herb. And then once the pasta's finished, I drained it, mixed it all together, and it's one of my favourite meals, and then I serve it. So the last and final meal is sausage casserole. I like to do something like with mashed potato and stuff on a Sunday. So these are fresh chicken sausages, and I used to, when these frozen, put them straight in the slow cooker, but they used to break up. So what I do now is I fry them for a little bit until they're kind of like cooked on the outside. Then I find when I do cook them in the slow cooker, they don't break up, they stay solid. I'm adding in a onion, 2 cans of chopped tomatoes, and then I'm going to add in 2 beef stocks as well, and then a spoonful of this red onion chutney. It kind of gives it a little bit of a sweet taste, and then garlic, basil, thyme and oregano in there as well. And then once the sausages are cooked, I'm going to tip them in and give it a good mix, and I'm going to leave it to cook. I always leave it to cook on high, usually around extra time that I need to, around about 6 to 8 hours, and then an hour before it's finished I put on some veg and mash and then serve it up with them. Yeah, Ava's not having this again because she doesn't like it, but all of us like it, so we're having this. And I use basically the sauce in the slow cooker as gravy as well, so it's very yummy. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. I'm a mum of 2 to Andrew, who is 7, and Ava, who is 4. I upload videos, things like motherhood, lifestyle, fashion, beauty hacks, hauls, cleaning, loads basically. So if it's something you're interested in watching, don't forget to subscribe. But I hope you have an amazing rest of the day, and I will see you soon. Bye!